Even if you've seen Quantum Leap star Scott Bakula a million times, you still may never quite have registered this one minor detail about his appearance. But you'll never be able to look away from it once you do. And besides Scott Bakula, there are numerous other Hollywood celebrities with minor attributes about their appearance that you might not notice at first, but you won't be able to forget. Join FactsVerse as we take a look at the Scott Bakula detail you'll never unsee. Scott Bakula. Quantum Leap and Men of a Certain Age star Scott Bakula will certainly be recognizable to most viewers, but there's something about the star's appearance that not many have ever noticed. When Scott was 4, he woke up one morning with a strange gray streak of hair. The streak never went away, and Scott has simply had to make do with it over the course of his career. Although many Quantum Leap fans have never even thought twice about the strange gray streak in his hair, it was actually referenced in an episode. In one scene, his character looks at his reflection and remarks on having gray hair. Nowadays, Scott's gray hair doesn't stand out much at all given that he's 67. Although he remains best known for his role on Quantum Leap, his role alongside Ray Romano on Men of a Certain Age revitalized interest in the star in the 2010s. Now that you know about Scott's gray streak of hair, you'll never be able to unsee it while revisiting classic episodes of Quantum Leap. Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is another celebrity with a unique physical attribute. Fans of Michael Mann's seminal 1990s action masterpiece Heat may have noticed a strange growth on Val's elbow during a scene where the actor is exposed. While many may have considered this growth to be an odd makeup choice, it's actually the result of an injury Val received on the set of the 1991 Oliver Stone feature The Doors. The legend has it that Val Kilmer was filming a scene where he was supposed to stage dive when he accidentally fell to the floor on his elbow. It resulted in the abnormal growth on the actor's arm that could be later seen in Heat. Nowadays, Val is struggling with cancer, and the actor's lines in 2017's The Snowman had to be entirely dubbed over by someone else because Val isn't able to open his jaw properly. Vince Vaughn. When Vince Vaughn was a teenager, he got into a car accident that caused one of his thumbs to become severed. Though this deformed thumb is often obscured in the star's films, it's often been pointed out during interviews. Matthew Perry. When Matthew Perry was a child, his finger got slammed in a door. This injury permanently deformed his middle finger, although not even most die-hard Friends fans will likely have noticed it. Despite the fact that Matthew's deformity was rarely ever visible on the show, the writers referenced it when the character of Chandler lost one of his toes during a Thanksgiving incident. Joaquin Phoenix. While the aforementioned actors didn't have a hard time keeping their physical abnormalities unspoken, Joaquin Phoenix's microform cleft stands out a bit more. Still, there are many who haven't thought twice about what exactly is going on with the famous star's upper lip. According to Joaquin, the scar on his upper lip is the result of some unknown incident that occurred when his mother was pregnant. Joaquin was born with the scar, and his mother attributes it to a sharp pain she experienced while pregnant. Though she's unsure of what exactly caused the sharp pain, she feels certain that whatever caused it was also what caused the microform cleft. While Joaquin's microform cleft may stand out more, there are numerous other celebrities that have similar issues. Besides the Gladiator star, other celebrities who have a form of cleft lip include Cheech Marin and Stacy Keach. Elizabeth Taylor. The aforementioned abnormalities certainly wouldn't generally be considered gifts, but Elizabeth Taylor's mother claimed her daughter's physical abnormality was. Anyone who's seen Elizabeth Taylor will have noticed her stunning eyes. But few know that the actress's prolific eyelashes were actually the result of a mutation. She didn't just have very full eyelashes, she had 2 sets of them. This disorder is known as dystichiasis. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to FactsVerse if you haven't already. And stick around for more interesting physical attributes of celebrities. Tina Fey. If you look long and hard enough at comedic actress Tina Fey, you might notice a very faint scar that appears just above her chin. The scar is the result of a traumatic incident that happened during her youth, and she does her best to hide it while she's performing. Although Tina doesn't like to talk about the incident that caused the scar, she has explained its origin before. Apparently, the scar was the result of her being approached by a strange man while she was out playing in her front yard. The man proceeded to take a knife and drag it across the girl's chin. According to Tina, she didn't initially realize what the man had done. Instead, she thought he had drawn on her face with a pen. Tina eventually realized what happened, and the accident left permanent marks on both her face and psyche. According to the comedian, the reason she doesn't like to talk about the incident much is because she feels there's no way to do so without being overly sensational. Despite this traumatic incident, Tina has gone on to become a positive presence in the lives of TV audiences through her comedic roles in shows like SNL and 30 Rock. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington loved playing football while growing up, though this hobby led to the star sustaining an injury in his early life that went on to leave a permanent mark. Though Denzel does his best to obscure his hands during his performances, die-hard fans may have noticed that one of Denzel's pinky fingers is completely twisted around. Dan Aykroyd. Everyone knows Dan Aykroyd is a weird guy, but few know that the comedic star has webbed toes. The Ghostbusters writer and star isn't ashamed of his abnormality and has often taken off his shoes and shown people when asked. The genetic mutation isn't uncommon, as nearly 1 in every 2,000 people is said to have some form of webbed feet. Dan isn't even alone in Hollywood when it comes to his webbed feet, as TV star Ashton Kutcher has publicly revealed his toes are webbed as well. David Bowie. When David Bowie was growing up, he got into a schoolyard brawl with one of his friends over a girl. This brawl resulted in the future star's depth perception becoming altered, as well as one of his pupils becoming permanently dilated. Thankfully, the singer's dilated pupil only added to the otherworldly look that he attempted to convey through his work. And the friend that landed the fateful blow went on to become the designer of some of David's most iconic covers. That friend was George Underwood, who's known as the designer of the cover for the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, as well as Hunky Dory. Stephen Colbert. When Stephen Colbert was growing up, he underwent surgery that was meant to correct a minor issue he was experiencing with his eardrum. The surgery went wrong, and it permanently deformed the young boy's ear. Today, Stephen can't hear out of his right ear, though he can do strange party tricks with it thanks to its unique concavity. Megan Fox. Despite Megan Fox being considered one of the most beautiful women in the world during the height of her fame, the actress suffers from a rare condition colloquially known as clubbed thumbs. Her thumbs aren't quite as large as the average person's, which the actress likes to attribute to her mother's overconsumption of mercury-laden canned tuna during her pregnancy. There are many other beautiful actresses afflicted with clubbed thumbs. Malin Ackerman, for example, revealed she has them as well. Bill Nighy. While Bill Nighy doesn't have short thumbs, he does have weird-looking fingers. However, Bill has made a living looking weird. Bill Nighy's fingers may be permanently bent into a strange shape, but that hasn't hurt his performances in films like Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, and Underworld. Bill has also been able to play more dramatic roles despite his abnormality. He uses his charm and gentlemanly demeanor when acting in films like Love Actually. His unmatched dramatic range allows him to distract from his Dupuytren's contracture, which is the name given to the condition that has resulted in the peculiar bend of the ring and pinky fingers on both of his hands. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any stars with physical abnormalities you know about? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to FactsVerse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.